Hi, I'm Jamie Ruby. Welcome to Sci-Fi Vision Presents Fandom Access for November 19th. We have special guest Chloe, I'll talk eventually correctly, Chloe Van Landschoot, who plays Kristi. Thank you for coming. And my co-hosts Karen and AJ. So thanks for coming. And we are going to talk about episode 309. So if anybody for some reason hasn't seen it, you might want to, get out of there. But if you have any questions for Chloe, please put them in the chat and we will put them up on the screen. All right. Well, first, I wanted to ask you, because I know last time when I talked to you, I know you're a real nurse.
Yeah.
So how did you go from that to this?
I mean, nursing's mostly acting half the time. I've always nursed and acted at the same time. And I got this audition like in the throes of the pandemic. So I was working in Emerge at the time. This audition came through. And then I booked the part and left Emerge for a bit and made a TV show. So that's how that went down.
Are you still doing it though in between, or I don't know how much free time you have?
Yeah. I go like once a week. I'm not in Emerge anymore. I'm on a different unit. But yeah, it's nice to go back.
Wow, very cool. Go ahead, Karen.
It's great to have. I mean, we'll always need nurses. It's great to have.
It's
back to.
It's a good game.
I want to jump right in and talk about Kristi a little bit. The town messes with everyone in their own way. Some people see visions. Some people hear voices. Some people see cicadas. And Kristi doesn't have quite those type of supernatural experiences. What do you think is the way that the town hurts her the hardest and gets at her the most?
Yeah, I think she's kind of the only character who hasn't had any of the lore affect her yet. You know what I mean? Or been affected by the supernatural beings that are from, but who knows what's going to happen in subsequent seasons. That being said, I think it's very internal for her. I think just when she's on the edge of thinking things are going to be different or accepting something the way it's going to be, like this is the way it is, something totally sideswipes her. Like when season 1 wraps, we finish with her kind of coming to terms with the fact that she may never see Marielle again. And she's deeply reflecting with Kenny that she might be leaving the life that she had behind. And then we start season 2 off and she's met with her previous life right in front of her. And she's forced to deal with that. I think a lot of season 2 is watching her navigate between her duties in the town and her heart. It was this kind of constant internal struggle that she had, a form of a monster in itself, less actualized. But yeah, that's a demon to battle with, between the responsibility that you owe all of these people and your lover in your past life right in front of you. So yeah, season 2 was a lot of watching her battle with that. It was a lot of also watching her battle with who she once was and being forced to confront who she is now and trying to revert back to that, but realizing that you can't really go backwards in time. You're only here in the now. And then in season 3, well, her injury prevented her from being able to carry out her duties that are so near and dear to her and kind of facilitate her purpose in a way. So yeah, thank God for Marielle for stepping up in town to be able to navigate all the other healthcare pandemonium. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what happens to her and to see what happens to her next.
As we all are. Thanks.
So since the bear trap incident, what's it been like? How annoying has it been having to like hop around everywhere?
Oh my God.
The last couple episodes.
Yeah, no, I wasn't very good at them. Was not good at crutches, but I kind of was here for it because I think it added this like wobbliness to Kristi that I think, and a vulnerability as well. Although they did cut a lot of my actual like walking on the crutches out. So maybe it was really bad. Who knows? But yeah, no, it was definitely frustrating to be, to not be able to use all of your limbs properly. Like I felt so limited as an actor too. And like the impulses I normally would have, like you couldn't do because you only have one leg to use. So yeah, slowed me down a lot, but I think Kristi needed to slow down a bit. The girl needs a little rest.
At least she didn't hurt your foot in real life and have to hobble around.
I know, but the makeup team did such a good job on it. on all the bruising and the swelling. Like I came home from set. It was also really hard to wash off. So like I had it on my leg for a while. I couldn't get it off. And I would like spook myself because it looked so real.
Yeah.
But,
That leads into, I have a question from Rico Kitty. This was on X. I still say Twitter. How fast is her healing compared to Ethan? Like a lot of people talk about he seemed to heal faster than normal.
yeah, like overnight.
Yeah. Do you think Kristi's healing faster than normal? I mean, she's up and around.
I think it's been a similar time frame. It's been like a day or two. For that type of injury, like if that were to happen here on planet Earth and not from town, like she would be pretty worse for wear. I think she's even surprised at how much she's still able to hobble around.
I was going to say, for somebody who tore a tendon not that long ago, it takes a long time.
Yeah.
It's not fun. I do have one question for you, and I don't know if you can actually answer this, but you posted, at least I'm not good at Instagram. I think it was supposed to be from you in your takeover thing, had posted a picture of the wall with like the actors on it saying they were like with them. What is fake boy in white? One of them says fake boy in white. And now all over Facebook, people are saying who is fake boy in white. And I don't know if that was just a joke or if it's something, or if you even know the answer to that.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, maybe a body double for the boy in white? Because they're kids. So they can only work a certain number of hours before they got to switch off. So that could be it.
I don't know. I just was curious. I figured you probably couldn't say either way, but it was very strange to see that.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that. You guys are good.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have the picture thingy here. I downloaded it so we could put it up. The second picture up, there's a boy, Alexander Fry, I think it says. It's tiny. But anyway.
Jamie, you got your answer in the chat, Jamie.
Oh, did somebody post something?
It's the boy. People think it's the boy in the ice cream shop who Tabitha thought was the boy in white.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's just
Where were you people on Facebook when we were talking about it today? I guess that's the real question.
Yeah.
Do you go on any of the online groups, Reddit, that kind of thing? I know some of the cast does, some of them don't. Do you ever check them out?
I've like dabbled in it, but it's crazy out there. I'm like, yo, this is a lot. Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of it, but yeah, I'll like dip my toes in once in a while to see what the tea is.
That's fair. Karen?
Oh, I really would love to. Can I pop out this question in the chat?
Yeah, go ahead.
Which is from Breezy Acre, which is Mariel doesn't seem to know that Kristi and Kenny had a thing. And do you think she'll ever find out? And would that cause issues with her and Kristi?
Yeah, I mean, they did. There's definitely been no conversation so far. But I feel like that will be something that gets called out if there's a season 4, for sure. And yeah, I definitely think it's a big conversation Marielle and Kristi will have. How it will end, I don't know, but Kristi's an honest girly, so she won't deny anything.
Is she keeping it a secret though, or did it just not come up between all the death?
I think they've had bigger things to worry about in the town than who's kikiing with each other. So yeah, I feel like when things settle, maybe there'll be a convo. But yeah, things have been pretty busy for them.
Fair.
I was trying to see who it was that asked. Gordon Donnie from Twitter asked, does she still have feelings for Kenny though? Romantic feelings, do you think?
Yeah, I think I know people always want like a concrete answer, but I think their relationship is unique to this town. I mean, when you get trapped in a hellhole, you kind of need a person, you know what I mean, to help get through it. And both of these characters are responsible for so much in the town. There's just this like unspoken understanding where they don't have to explain things to each other. You know what I mean? They know each other in an intimate way, and with that comes like intimate feelings, but it doesn't necessarily mean romantic feelings either. I don't think it ever quite crossed that threshold. Right. There's definitely maybe like whispers of it, but I think just as Kristi was about to maybe consider allowing that in, there's Marielle. So yeah, she's kind of had a lot of inner battles to navigate of what that is. And with Marielle being in the throes of a devastating withdrawal upon her arrival, like it hasn't really given much time for Kristi to like really sit and evaluate the sitch. So yeah, she's just in crisis mode right now.
That's fair. AJ?
I know you guys don't get the scripts until you're practically ready to shoot the scenes and everything. Have you had any theories that have panned out during the show, or any future theories you have, or ones that have been debunked that you could talk about?
Yeah, there was one I read that I thought was interesting, where by the end of the show, it's just Ethan, and it's just like the show is actually about history repeating itself, and Ethan is like the last one standing in the town, like reminiscent of Victor being the last one standing that we saw in season 1. So I thought that was really interesting because there seems to be these like parallels of timelines happening, and yeah, I don't know. There's something about history repeating itself that seems to be a theme, and bringing in people like folks who have like these important roles in the town, like who have important roles, like bringing in another cop and then bringing in another medic. Like these kinds of things are interesting.
Is there a question that you, sorry, Karen, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to say, is there a question that you still have, like something you really want to know about?
Yeah, I want to know why we're all here.
All right.
Why?
The big question,
What is
right?
Kristi doing here? What did she ever do to deserve this? Like, that's what I want to know, but John won't tell me. So, but I know there's a master plan. So maybe we'll find out in season 4.
Yeah, hopefully. Go ahead, Karen. Sorry.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, I hadn't heard that theory that it would end with just Ethan in the town by himself, resetting the cycle. I like it, but that would mean that everybody would have to die.
Yeah.
So, how would you like to go? How would you like Kristi to go? Have you thought about like what?
I definitely, yeah, I would want it to be epic. Like, I would want it to be like some sort of showdown. You know what I mean? Like an epic battle royale, and then it doesn't work out for her, or a sacrifice of some sort. Either way, though, I'd want it to be dope.
So, not like with the garden shears in the greenhouse.
Really
good.
I'd want it to be like a battle royale.
All right.
We're not sure who's gonna die, and then maybe it's Kristi, but or like a red wedding style where like it ends and you're just not sure. That feels maybe more aligned.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Or maybe she just escapes. I don't know, and that's it for her. Who knows? I don't know. But an epic death would be cool.
Yeah. Kind of like how everybody on Walking Dead wants to go out and get to be a zombie at the last minute. Like it'd be good.
Yeah, or like if Kristi was a monster, like became one of the monsters. Like I'm here for that.
That'd be fun. Yeah,
totally.
Mm-hmm.
AJ, do you have something, or do you want me to go on to the fan?
Go ahead, Jamie.
Okay. You talked about the bruise and everything, but also you wanted to know what it was like filming the actual bear trap scene.
Oh my God, yeah. It was fun. It was a long day. We were originally supposed to shoot that scene in February, and snow had been established at that point. Season 3 was all about battling the snow in terms of shooting. But a huge snowstorm blew through, and no one was able to get to the set anymore. So we had to delay shooting half of that scene until April. And by April, the snow had melted. So they had to like truck in a bunch of snow so that it matched what we already shot. So that was pretty crazy. And then, yeah, I was basically like lying in the snow for like many hours with this bear trap device attached to my leg. And being in the cold and being all wet just kind of fueled me as an actor, and the screaming was real. That was amazing.
Yeah, it probably wasn't super fun though.
I don't know. I mean, my adrenaline was going. It was so fun. It's always such a blast to work with Ricky and working with Cliff as well, who plays Dale, and David. I'll play like we were having a good time.
Let me see. Let me get a couple more of these that were off of Twitter. Okay. Dieter, I'm not sure if he Googled you where you are, but he's from Belgium and wanted to know what your favorite city or region in Belgium is. So I guess you are then from around there.
My dad's in Belgium.
Okay.
That's from just outside of Brugge, in Oostkamp. So that's where my family's from. Yeah, I've been a bunch. I've been to Antwerp, to Bruges, to Oostkamp, to I think that's it. But yeah, it's a beautiful country, and I still have family there. Bernam as well. That's where my grandfather's from.
That's awesome. Let's see. I think that was the last of the Twitter ones. I don't want to skip somebody. Oh, okay. Wait, I do have one more that was from Twitter. Brico Kitty wanted to know, was there any other thing, and I don't even know if you know this or can answer this, but she wanted to know if there's any other things you found on the ambulance that would help them that maybe we'll, see down the road or something. Cause we didn't really, we only saw a couple things, obviously the ultrasound, but was there anything else there that you know of?
Yeah, I mean, there was a defibrillator, which is helpful for bringing people back for those cardiac arrest moments. And yeah, just being fully able to stock the clinic again. Kristi was pretty jazzed about it. But other than that, and a set of crutches that don't fit her, that was kind of it. Nothing monumental that will help us solve this place. Unfortunately.
So you've had a lot of, being, until Muriel got there, you were the only doctor in town.
Yeah.
And now, so you've had quite a few people come through the clinic. What was one of your favorite scenes with dealing with an ailment?
The RV scenes were a lot of fun. It was also just like some of my first days on set too. So it was just like the adrenaline was so loud, and it was just so exciting to be there. And I was just so excited to be able to bring my medical training to my acting world as well. So yeah, those scenes are like stick out in my mind a lot. And then the scene where Ellis gets stabbed was a ton of fun because there's just so many of us involved, and that scene was just like one big dance. There were so many little technical beats to hit. It was like the last scene we shot of the day. Everybody had like one go at it. We did it in the wide, and then we went into coverage. Everyone had one shot, and turned out pretty good. So it's always so much fun when I get to shoot scenes like that because I love being able to integrate my work as a nurse into the world of From. So
Do you get to do little technical advice like, oh no, they would never stitch Randall's face like this, or I would never handle a gunshot wound to the stomach this way? I see you have an advisor on set also. Yeah,
I was definitely advised my the scenes that I was in. They because again I work in healthcare. They trusted me to change things up when things felt a little bit inaccurate, which was really cool. I was so motivated to tell them when things weren't quite right because I have so many healthcare worker friends who watch the show, and they would just be so disappointed if I let things slide. So I was just like, I was pretty on their case about accuracy for Kristi. So
So all that experience delivering monster babies might come in handy.
I mean, I've definitely, sometimes it's felt like I've dealt with monsters, but they're people. Sometimes I wasn't sure of the difference in my days in Emerge. I'll tell you that.
Fletcher wants to know how you felt with Harold screaming at you to figure it out.
Oh, Boyd. You be coming at me like that again? We're going to have a conversation. No way. Respect me. I'm doing my job as best as I can as a third-year medical student trapped in this fucking place. I was pissed, but it was fun.
Usually he doesn't seem like he seems like he's, kind of more quiet than that in real life anyway.
Ooh,
Harold, yeah.
Oh no, he's great. We high-fived after and carried on. He's so much fun to play with. You can make it feel so real, and then you just they yell cut and you just carry on with your time. But it was fun to also be able to be that angry back. I think we see Kristi hold her feelings in a lot, and I feel like season 3 we see her crack more, and it just feels, as an actor, a very human experience to play, especially for someone who's been holding it in for so long. So all
right, let's see. Dilla says, what does the reunion with Marielle mean to Kristi? Is it just coincidence, even if it's a tad bit suspicious?
I don't think anything in this town is a coincidence. Everything has a reason, and I think Kristi knows that too. I think she knows that there is some grand plan here in some way. It just feels a little bit too convenient. Marielle would just show up the minute that Kristi was considering letting it all go. So yeah, the reunion is complex. It's meeting this life and this person in front of you who you thought you were going to have one with, but then almost let go of, and now they're here, and now I have to deal with all of that. So yeah, it's complicated. It's bringing up a lot for her, and yeah, I'm very curious to see where it goes. And I want more of them. I want more opportunity for these two to figure it out. So hopefully season 4 we get to dig into that a bit more.
Do you guys want to jump in? I don't want to not cut you guys off while I'm doing the fan chat questions, but
no, take all these people that showed up here.
Okay. All right. We did
they're
that
smarter
one.
than I am, a lot of them.
Okay, wait, that was the same thing I just did. Oh, okay. That was la 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 la.
How about
okay, she can't answer that.
Wait, what is it?
Oh, it's about the man in yellow. Who's the man in yellow?
Oh God, I don't know.
I was like, I know you can't answer that.
I don't know, but
okay. Fletcher says, "Are you Team Marielle or Team Kenny?"
Oh my God, I'm Team Kristi, just sitting with herself for a bit. You know, I'm Team give the girl a break. I'm Team let her figure it out. We're not far along enough yet to have that answer. So.
Fair. Matt says, what is the craziest theory you've heard? I know you talked about a theory before, but what's the craziest one you've heard?
That what the children are saying, like the Ankui, is actually chemotherapy, and they are children who have experienced some sort of drug trial that went bad. And that's what they are, like the children. That doesn't give you much, but I found that hilarious. And that's what came to mind. What else?
That's wild. That is wild. Haven't heard that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't heard that
one. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, that is specific. Got it. Okay. What else? I know I don't peruse the Reddit too often, but I'm trying to remember what else I've read.
No, you don't. We know some of your castmates have told us they do like to poke around in there.
Yeah, well, power to them.
I was gonna say some of it's probably a little scary. Let's be honest.
Some people out there be wild and crazy about it all, and I like kind things, so I look for the kind ones.
Fair.
And sometimes I gotta do a little digging to find them.
I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Yash Jawa says, another question I have, do you think anyone's going to make it out of town alive?
I don't know. I mean, Tabitha kind of did, but then she found her way back. So I don't know what that means. I feel like, I don't know, I have a feeling if we go to a 4th season, some people make it out. I think that's part of it. I think that's part of the lore, is some people make it out. And then there's a why. There's a why as to why some people make it out and why some people don't. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. This guy Explorer says, would you attend some sort of Comic-Con in the near future?
Yeah, for sure. That seems fun. Do you run it?
I was going to say no conventions planned, though, or anything like that, I guess.
Nothing that they've told us, but I'd be super down. That seems fun. I know a few went to Comic-Con last year, but they didn't have room for all of us, so we all couldn't go, which was a bummer. But hopefully this year.
Have you ever gone to one as a fan?
No, I've never been.
Oh, Jamie and I went together to a couple. There,
yeah. Not Comic-Con, but to conventions, yeah.
To other kinds of fan conventions. You'll be going after this show. You'll be having a career going to them for the rest of your life, I'm sure.
I hope so. No one's asked me to any yet, so I'm gonna hold you to it.
I'm sure you'll get them. Sven Silver says, do you make a playlist to get you in the mood for Fromville?
Ooh, yeah, sometimes. Depends on the day. I have playlists for whatever. I have playlists for different moods that I'm required for. on the day. So yeah, on my car ride to work, I'll put the headphones in and get in the zone. It's good. It's
Do you
good.
have a specific song for Chloe that like represents her? I don't know. That
That
made me wonder.
represents me.
Yeah.
I don't think there's
Or
a
represents Kristi either. I meant
What was
Kristi, but I said or represents Kristi. I meant Kristi. I said Chloe. But you're good too. Represent you is good too.
Yeah, that's a good question. Nothing's coming to mind, but I want to think on that, and then I want to tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, because that should be something I think about.
What was it like shooting the scene when Kristi has to go in and make up Tien Chen's body? It's kind of twofold because I mean, Kristi, the character of Kristi, she's losing Tien Chen, but you, Chloe, you guys are losing Elizabeth Moy from the cast. So what was that like?
Yeah, it was so hard. I remember that scene vividly. We started shooting and we were on my coverage, and it was there was like some technical elements to hit because of the way our director wanted to shoot it. It was kind of this continuous take, but they needed my body in certain places. So I couldn't just like walk in and have a feeling. It was like hit these marks, but also have your feelings. So yeah, there's a lot I was like trying to think about while also just trying to be present. And then I saw her body and it looked just like Liz Moy. And I just started weeping, like uncontrollable weeping. And I was like, this is bad. And they're just on my coverage. And then I just hear from the director, cut! Chloe, way too weepy. And I was just like, I just got emotionally blue balled by my director. It's okay. I will be professional. 1 second. But it was so hard. It was like I went into like Chloe Kristi overlap mode where I didn't know what was real and what wasn't for a moment. And it was a trip. But I collected myself and did the scene, and yeah, it was hard. It was really hard.
Imagine.
It's so real.
Let me ask you, I know this show deals a lot with like fears and things like that. Obviously, the fake blood and stuff would never, I'm assuming, affect you, or you wouldn't be able to be a nurse. But what kind of scares you? I mean, are there things in this show that would normally freak you out, or are you not a person who gets scared of things?
I'm not a
horror person.
I don't get spooked. Gore and guts never bothered me. That's why I have another career in healthcare, because I'm like, all right, let's see how gross we can get. I'm like fascinated and curious by it versus appalled. One thing I do hate though is vomit. Like I hate vomit, but luckily no one's vomiting in my presence, in Kristi's presence on the show, so we're good. Fatima's got her own thing going on, but we haven't interacted with that. So we're good. But yeah, the blood, the guts, the gore. Yeah, no. I'm like, bring it on.
Are you a horror person though? Because of that, I mean, do you watch a lot of that, or?
I've gotten into it recently because I've been cast in quite a number of horror things, and I'm just trying to absorb the lore now. But yeah, I find it fun. Like it's a wild and crazy thing to watch. Like it's you're watching experiences that you often won't have. So yeah, it takes you into this weird fantasy world. Yeah, it's fun.
Okay. Fletcher says, do you think Kristi's wife is back on dark substances? I don't know. Do you think she's taking something new?
No, I don't think so. I think she's sober. Absolutely.
She is pretty calm though. How do you think she's staying so calm in the face of everything? Because Randall and Julie aren't quite as calm.
I think Marielle as a person has a lot of strength. Like that's how Kristi knows her as well. Like that's the Marielle she knows, is this quiet inner strength, and there's a lot of vulnerability to her as well. But I think she's also coming from a place of trying to prove herself as well to Kristi, to the town, that she's very capable. So I think Marielle's just also working really hard to show up, and that's what you're seeing.
See. Sorry, I feel like I'm pausing while I'm looking.
Look at that. Shout out. We have someone from Australia in the chat.
Oh, cool.
From is worldwide.
Whoa, hi. What day is it there? Different day.
I think it's tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow.
From
the future.
How has it been? So I feel like the show has kind of in the third season, From's popularity has come to like another level. It seems to have like exploded both critically and in viewership. Have you noticed that? What's it been like being on like one of the biggest shows in the genre right now?
Yeah, it's cool. It's been awesome to see it pop off for sure, and for people to finally be watching it. Yeah, definitely like folks from where I'm from are watching it now. They're like, "Oh, the show From," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I've been telling you about it for a while. Glad you're watching it now." No, it's cool. I feel super lucky to be a part of it as well. The cast is so great. Everyone's so warm and kind and so talented. Like everyone feels like a little family when we're together, and there's just no drama. It's nice. It's sweet, and it's really cool to be on a show that people like. So yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's like everything's changed, but also nothing.
Yeah. Oh, look, now the fans, everybody in the chat, we got a couple people in Australia, we got Portugal, we got the US, I guess we got Canada, we got everybody out there.
Hi, the whole world.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, you said things change but stay the same. What do you feel has changed the most for you, though? Like, if you think
in my life,
in your own life, just since doing this.
Yeah, I feel like a lot more doors have been open for me in terms of just other avenues of who I am as an artist. I started making my own work, my own films. I did one with Scott McCord that I directed him in. So yeah, I think this show has broadened the possibilities of what it means to work in this industry. So I'm really, really grateful for that. And yeah, also sometimes my patients at work recognize me, and it's weird. And then I have to be like, no, I get that all the time. I'm not her. I don't let them know.
That's funny. That's great. Golden Child says, since the show is obviously displaying reincarnation themes, do you think your character might fall into that?
Maybe. That would be cool. I would love to explore that for Kristi to know what that's like. Yeah.
All right. Some of these are weird questions as I'm skating through. Let's see. Does Chloe believe in a happy ending with Kristi going to visit Iceland with Kenny or not at all?
I think her concept of what a happy ending has changed drastically as well. So I don't know. I think Kristi's just in survival mode, trying to like make sure everyone's taken care of. She's not very good at checking in with herself to know what she actually wants. So maybe she'll do that in season 4. To be continued.
Let's see. What has been the scene that you've most enjoyed making, and whose actor have you been learning the most from on set?
Ooh, what scene? The reunion with Marielle was pretty cool to shoot because that was the first time we were meeting these two together, and it was so loaded and had to say so much without saying anything. So yeah, it's rare that you get to do scenes like that, and they're fun to shoot because you don't have to really do anything, but you also have to do so much and show so much. So I enjoyed the challenge of it, and Kaylin's so wonderful and present as well. So all I had to do was just react to her being there, and yeah, it was super fun to shoot. Yeah, I've definitely learned a ton from Harold. He's such an incredible scene partner. He's someone who shows up so prepared, but also prepared to be unprepared, and he doesn't try to win the scene or override the scene. He's so collaborative, and for a series lead, like that's all you hope for. So I've learned so much from him. Also, just like how to conduct yourself on a set. Like he knows everybody's names from the crew to the cast. Like he's always saying hi, hello, good morning, asking how people are. Like it's just, I've learned a lot from him in terms of just like how to conduct yourself as a series regular. So yeah, he's pretty rad. Super fun to work with.
Matt wants to know which monster is your favorite and why is it Smiley?
Yeah, because we had some intimate time together, Smiley and I, with that saw. Yeah, how can you not? He's I can't not forget him. He's like embedded in my senses.
See, Trudilla wants to know, what do you think about what Elgin did? Elgin and his actions.
Yeah, he's gonna need a stern talking to. I don't think it's gonna end well for him. I don't approve. I don't approve of this sneaky basement behavior.
It gets worse with each episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Significantly worse each episode. I can confirm.
Okay, Fletcher says, do you think it's justice to have Fatima in the box since she murdered somebody, or was it like Sarah and that's or was she in a certain condition like Sarah that justified it? Sorry, I can't read.
Yeah, I think this is one of those moral debates. It's quite interesting that these characters are met with in this town, and I think it's a gray area. I think it's a gray zone similar to Sarah, where we need more information before a decision like that can be made. And I don't even know, guys. I don't even know if the box applies anymore. We haven't used it since season 1, episode 2, so I don't even know if we're using that anymore in this town. Everyone just seems to be doing whatever they want. So I don't know what the rules are anymore.
I was gonna say, though, they're doing what they want, but not necessarily good things if you go by
Elgin. I wouldn't say that we've figured it out in any way. We're all just flying by the seat of our pants in this town. But yeah, no, I think she deserves to be spoken with and to be heard out. And yeah, I mean, you'll learn in subsequent episodes that I don't think it'll be a box situation. There's some other actors at play here.
Also, he says, what was it like to cut open a monster? That's a good one.
Yeah, it was gross, because even though it was a fake being, like it still felt real. Like it felt like it should smell, but it didn't. Like it was gross. I felt like I was back in nursing school when we had to examine cadavers and cadavered body parts and stuff, and as part of my schooling. So I felt like I was back there, except it's gross and not human organ. It's like human-ish organs. Yeah, it was weird. And then having like all the technical elements, because I couldn't actually saw through the cavity, or I would break the prosthetic. So yeah, weird little acting technicalities to navigate.
I was gonna say, I didn't know you faked that part. I never really thought about it.
Yeah, I kind of had to just there's like a very specific place where I could saw, because there was like an opening, but I couldn't move from that place. So I would
yeah, you don't want to break their stuff, no, right?
The thing was like too much money.
I was looking here for something. Somebody said, it'll probably take me forever to find it. Well, let me ask you this while I'm looking for the one I found. How do you think you would do if you were in the town? Would you be going crazy, or would you do?
I would for sure have mental illness, but I think I would try my best first to use my actual medical skills to be of use and of service, because I do like to be of service. But I think Kristi's got a lot more resilience and strength than I do. So yeah, I think I'd try to be like Kristi, and then I think I'd fall off a bit, unfortunately.
We've had a number of your coworkers on this show, and Jamie asked that question a lot, and they all say, I would cry, I would probably just die. Was it Nathan said he would probably just kill himself, you guys?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. You have a little more confidence.
I got some chutzpah because of the healthcare background, but again, I don't know how long I'd be able to put up that act for before crumbling into a million pieces, like the rest of my cast. So yeah.
Face painting. Some of the stuff I'm trying to figure out what they're talking about. Okay, I asked you that. Let's see. Let me ask you one that I have. What would you, if you could give Kristi, I usually ask this, if you could give Kristi one thing from the outside world to help her in the town, what would you give her?
Oh, a hug.
That's fair.
Big long hug. She needs it. The girlie needs some love. Needs to be wrapped up and held, and maybe a break. You know.
Yeah.
I was trying to see a lot of they're asking. PM asked how you felt about Kristi's haircut, and then there's quite a few people saying they really like your hair. Yeah, says you have a rock aesthetic.
This haircut is the most polarizing thing.
I know.
That's why I don't go on the Reddits, because it's just about Kristi's hair most of the time, and I'm like, oh, I'm bored. This is boring.
Well, like she's been there for like over a year and there's no hair salon in Fromville, right? Like, who's gonna cut her hair? There's no salon in Fromville.
We got garden shears and a broken mirror. Like, what do you expect? Yeah. Give her a break. She's just trying to be who she once was, and it's not working because you can't be who you once were. You can only be who you are now. But I appreciate her effort. You know, she just wanted to feel like herself again, as you would do if you were met with your past self. Yeah. When your honey comes into town, you know. Y'all can hate it. I know.
It's the cutest. It's so cute.
No,
it's polarizing on television, but you all just gotta get over it.
All City wants to know about that project you talked about with Scott McCord. Is it going to be there somewhere to watch?
Yeah, Scott and I are still trying to figure out what to do with it. It's a little short film that we actually shot during season 2. We had some downtime, and he came to me with an idea that he wanted to explore. And I had shot a short film during season 1 during some downtime that he really, really liked. And he liked the process of how I made it. And he wanted to try something like that out for himself. So yeah, we shot one around October of 2022. And yeah, we're just finishing it up now. So yeah, we're going to release it into the universe soon. But yeah, he's so fantastic. I have nothing but admiration for that guy. Wonderful to work with.
Do you have any other projects that are going on that you can talk about?
Yeah, I have a horror feature coming out soon called Son of Sarah, which was a ton of fun. It follows this queer couple on the lead up to the birth of their kid. But something's been kind of amiss with this pregnancy the whole time. It's very much like Rosemary's Baby energy. Yeah, and I play Sarah, the pregnant girly. So yeah, that'll be coming out soon.
I was gonna say, I think I saw a pregnant belly on your Instagram. I'm guessing that was what what it was from. I'm not sure how to pronounce this name, but Ikamet says that they love the hair, and all the other queer kids I know love the hair. It's like
we love to hear it.
Okay. Let's see. That was about asking about that film. All right. A lot of these are just comments. Oh, forget about the hair. They love your hair. Everybody likes your hair. Say so there. Good comments. Yeah, it looks great.
Funny. I just find it fascinating. Like the
people latch on to weird
things. Like the strong opinion about it. I was like, I didn't expect that.
They're not talking about your hair nearly as much as Elgin not changing his clothes. So.
Oh yeah, somebody did ask this Elgin smell. Somewhere in there, somebody asked that.
Yeah, it's so funny. Meanwhile, Jade's beard is like down to here, and his hair is in 7 directions.
Yeah. I see some of these things. I'm like, why are you telling me to ask this? Because I know she can't ask this. They want to know who Martin is. She can't tell you who Martin. You probably don't even know who Martin is.
Oh, I'll tell you who Martin is. One sec.
Oh wait. Oh, we're gonna get an answer.
This should be interesting.
It's actually me.
That's great.
It's actually been Kristi this whole time. This is Kristi season 4. She gets bearded. Anyway.
Kristi after she stays in Fromville for 50 years.
Yeah.
That's
what she feels. That's how Kristi feels inside.
I think that's the new meme though. Everybody's like, this person is Martin. That's kind of everything now.
Great. I love it.
I'm impressed you had that handy just off screen.
I saw it sitting there from my takeover, and I was like, I have a use for this right now.
If you got out, or if Kristi got out of the town, what do you think would be the first thing she'd go run and do?
Probably get a fucking Shake Shack and go to her therapist's office or something like that, and probably find her mom and cry.
Yeah, we should all do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shake Shack, mom, therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cri-
In that order.
all City says Kristi as Martin memes are incoming. They probably will be now, I'm sure. If there isn't enough already, I'm sure there will be more.
I wouldn't be surprised, like, if that's what happens.
I'm sure it will. Do you guys have any more questions before we wrap it up? I think I've gotten all of them out of the chat.
You know, can we, before, I know you probably have to go, but if we can just take Matt's question real quick, asking like, what other shows or films are you into? And are there any influences that you can cite?
Sorry, Matt, missed that one.
Cool question. I'm actually writing a film right now with my partner and a friend of ours, and we've had a lot of influence from European filmmakers. I don't know if you've seen the movie Raw or Detain, but it's these kind of like slow burn Euro films that have these big twists at the end, and they incorporate a lot of horror elements, but they're quite grounded and rooted in truth and humanity. So I've been very inspired by like a lot of European filmmakers. So yeah, I find that it gets integrated into the things that I want to make as an artist. But as an actor, that kind of finds its way into. I'm honestly pretty inspired by just like folks that I've encountered at the hospital. I find that's also why I keep going back. I mean, it's such a mecca of like humanity, and you see things that you would never see in your day to day. So yeah, it's such an inspiring place for storytelling and for filmmaking. So
would you ever want to do a hospital drama like these weekly?
No, I'm done.
You live it.
No, Kristi was like my foray into that, and I don't think I could do it again. No, I would be a patient for sure.
I was going to say, what kind of thing do you want to do if you could, pick your own type of character?
Yeah, definitely no more hospital stuff because I feel like I've just explored that. But I like it. I enjoy exploring things that, as an artist, that I haven't done in my own life. Right now, I'm writing a film about a sociopath who is trying to figure out how to experience grief. Because I'm just curious. Someone who is like a big, deep feeler as an actor, I was very curious of how do sociopaths navigate, high-functioning sociopaths navigate grief and love and rejection and all of these things. So we've been writing that. So I'm going to be playing that in the near future. But just like I want to play baddies because as an actor, like you get to live out these things you can't do in your real life. So that's the stuff that excites me right now.
Julie just came in. I know you sort of talked a little bit about theories, but she also says your hair is super cute. But what's your favorite fan theory? I think you told your favorite one. I'm trying to remember. I think you did at the beginning of the story.
I think Julie missed the
she missed the beginning.
There's a theory that I read where at the end of the series, like when the series is over, it's just Ethan by himself. Everyone else has died. And it's kind of history repeating itself in a way, in the way that we saw Victor on his own in season 1 with all the bodies around him. The series ends with it's just Ethan.
But then you're out of a job. That's not good. That's the only bad thing about that, right?
Except Simon's
but that might
here.
6 or 7. Never know.
Season 7. Ikamet says, do you have your own backstory for Kristi and Marie's relationship?
I had a bit of one. Backstory, I don't like to get too detailed with it because it keeps me locked into something. I like to keep those things kind of fluid, and it also, it allows the writers to kind of do their thing too. But in my mind, we had always met at the hospital. I was a med student, and I was doing a placement on the floor that she worked on. She's a pediatric nurse. And Kristi was doing her pediatric placement, and Kristi was kind of like fumbling with one of the procedures she was doing with the kids, and like Marielle came in and kind of as her cool self kind of saved the day. And then that's kind of how they hit it off.
I got to tell the writers that, so they put it in.
Great.
David is always talking about the hero's journey. He needs to know wants to know what you could tell us about the Jungian archetypes you have to embody as an actress and from or other projects. I don't know if you have an answer for that, but
Okay, the Jungian archetypes. Tell me more, David. I'm not familiar with the Jungian archetypes.
it says the cycle ends and begins again.
Oh, so like being a human?
Yeah, David's done a lot of digging into
he's gone really
journey,
deep into it.
The archetype of the hero and the hero's journey.
Yeah, the hero's journey. He's talking about
there's gonna be some hero's journey elements. I think each of these characters on the show is on their own version of that, or the anti-hero journey. Either one.
Yeah,
and 12 archetypes of the subconscious mind. That's what he means. Okay.
That's great. The self, David. I know one character represents the self, another character represents maybe the subconscious. Like David is like schooling us every week in the chat.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't understand half of what you're talking about, but I'm trying to get the question across.
David, you give me some bedtime reading. I'm gonna look into this and then come back with an answer for you, along with Kristi's playlist next time.
All right. Let's see. Okay, she's just saying that PM says she loves your openness and authenticity. But I think I've gotten everybody. If I missed somebody, I'm sorry. I think I got everything. I think so.
I think we covered most of the fan questions. Yeah.
How creepy is Smelgin? Why does everybody keep talking about Smelgin?
Is it because he has the same Smelgin? Oh, because he has
smelling. Because we had this conversation the other day when Nathan was on. They were calling it Smelgin.
Because he hasn't
I keep
changed.
saying there's one bathroom in Colony House. It's not their fault. Everybody's gonna smell it.
Yeah, people got big things to worry about than showers these days, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, I think unless you two have more questions, I think we've gone through everything. And I know you really have to get going. We've kept you quite a while, but thank you for staying the whole time. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
and
of course. It's fun.
Hopefully we'll see you. Do you know if you don't know anything, I'm assuming, about a season 4? Nothing yet.
I haven't officially said anything, but I would be shocked if there wasn't one.
We all would be.
Yeah, I know.
I think we'll be okay.
MGM and Amazon would be crazy not to renew this show.
Yeah, they would be.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully then we'll see you next season then. You'll have to come back on and talk to us again.
Totally. Thanks for having me.
With that playlist.
Thanks, Jamie. You can drop
and the 12 archetypes of the I'll know it all by then.
Karen, I didn't hear what you said.
We have another show coming up at 9:00 where we're going to recap the last episode, so people can. This show ends. Thank you, Chloe, for being with us. We're going to jump right in and do a review.
And I'm going to share the new link because you guys got to go to this link at 9:00. Let me do that.
Pop it in while people are still here. Yeah, that was a great interview. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for coming. We're gonna hop on over to the other channel in a couple minutes. I pinned it, so guys, please go on over to that link for our 9:00 show. We need to switch links.
We're gonna recap and review and then we'll do Silo and Dune also.
Yes.
All right. So we'll see everybody in about 7 minutes.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for your great questions and for coming. And yeah, we'll see you in a bit. Hopefully you enjoyed that interview. And if you missed the beginning, you can always stream it back.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay.